Jain friends, I am Yogeshwar Kahar from New Catholic Mission School, Jhava. Today we start the chemistry for 11th class student and our chapter is second, atomic structure. First we understood about the atomic number and atomic mass. Some symbol, element of symbol show like that C and 12. So this number is called atomic number and this number is called atomic mass. Okay, suppose here 8 and 16. So 8 is the atomic number of oxygen and 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen. And according to this we calculate the molecular mass of any compound. Suppose I have one example, H2O molecules. So we know that about the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 and oxygen is 16. So we calculate molecular mass on the basis of atomic mass 1 into, we have two quantities, so we multiply by 2, then plus 16, so it's called 18 mu. Mu is a unit of molecular mass, it's called unified mass. Then one more unit is AMU, atomic mass unit, and sometimes we show molecular mass in gram, so it's called molar mass. Okay, molar mass is the molecular mass present in gram, so we call it molar mass. Again, you calculate also some more example like that H2SO4, HCl. So here H atomic mass is 1, sulfur is 32 and oxygen is 16. Okay, you calculate and mention here and give the answer in mu, AMU, and grams. Okay, again same thing here. The atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. You may remember some atomic mass 1 to 30, hydrogen to zinc from your periodic tables. Okay, now we move our next topic, development leading to the Bohr model of atoms. Okay, so our next topic is development leading to the Bohr's model of atoms. Okay, this is unit. It is also called Bohr's model. We have 2 points in this model: dual character of the electromagnetic waves or radiation which means that radiation possess both wave like and particle like properties. Clear? First we understood this point, then we move in second point. First, dual character of the electromagnetic wave or radiation, which means that radiation possesses both wave-like and particle-like properties. It means if any light is moved in any mediums or vacuum, so this moving like that structure is called wave-like structure, wave-like properties of light. Then every wave made by small particle is called particle-like properties. Okay, this particle-like properties, and this small part is equal to the 1 quanta. We discuss in next 1 quanta then this energy is directly proportional to mu, so it's called E is equal to h mu, photon. We also called this smallest part is energy is photon, and this part is called quanta. Okay, we discuss in later in quantum mechanism. And our next properties and next point is experimentally result related to atomic spectrum based on quantized electronic energy level in atoms. Okay, it's second point of this theory. Experimentally result related to atomic spectrum. Atomic spectrum, it means we obtain light from sun, so lot of different energies of light is came on earth, so it divided some reason like that: radio waves, okay, microwaves, UV rays, and infrared rays, visible rays. So all of this radiation arranged in one increasing order, decreasing order in wavelength, frequency, etc. So this arrangement is called spectrum based on quantized already we clear about the particle light property is called quanta. So this property is called quantized electronic energy levels in atoms. So already I clear here, if the smallest amount of waves is called quanta and the energy is directly proportional to mu. We discuss about mu h in later. E is equal to h mu is called photon. Okay, so it's 2 points in both models. One more time we read it. Dual characteristic of electromagnetic waves or radiation is, it means every radiation move in like wave structure, then it's made by small particles, so it's called particle like properties. Okay, then we move in our next point, wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation. This law proposed by Maxwell, so that's why it's called Maxwell waves theory also. So we mention here because in exam it's asked question asked in according to Maxwell theory of light. Clear? Maxwell wave theory of light, it's also one another name. Okay, according to this theory, light is transmitted in the form of electromagnetic waves. These waves are associated with oscillating electric field and magnetic field both. It means every wave made by two different force. One is electric force and magnetic force. Okay, so that's why radiation is called electromagnetic radiation. Okay, light is transmitted in the form of electromagnetic waves. These waves are associated with oscillating electric field and magnetic field. Okay, first one more time we read it and then I explain what meaning of this point. Light is transmitted in the form of electromagnetic waves. These waves are associated with oscillating electric field and magnetic field. Okay, these two fields are perpendicular to each other. Then in our next point, these two fields are perpendicular to each other and also to the direction of propagation. It means electromagnetic radiation are present in perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular, you know meaning it's the difference between 90 angle. Clear? So and these two fields are perpendicular to each other and also the direction of propagation. Direction of propagation, it means the way of light which move in direction, particular direction. Suppose I have like that waves. Clear? This is way of propagations, direction of propagation x, direction of propagation. Clear? And this field is called electric field. And one more field is there. Suppose just wait. Now it's clear. Okay, it's not good, but okay. Now you understand here. It's perpendicular to each other now. Okay, you understand this, and this angle is called 90 degree. And again, both the radiation, both the field here, electric field here, magnetic field, here, both the electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, and both the perpendicular on the propagation of light. Okay, so this point is based on electromagnetic radiations. Now we move in our second point. Okay, now I remove this. Some waves also is there, but we move in vacuum, which waves, unlike sound waves and electromagnetic waves, do not require any medium for their propagation. And can travel in vacuum. Okay, in vacuum. So one more time we read it. Unlike sound waves, electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for their propagation and can travel in vacuum. Okay, what we understood about this theory, every light made by two field, one is electric field, second is magnetic field, both are perpendicular to each other and both again perpendicular to the propagation of light or direction of light. Clear? Then some waves also is there, like that sound waves, electromagnetic waves do not require any medium for their propagation. Okay, now we understood some different definitions which help to understand this theory, like that wavelength, wave numbers, etc. Okay, now we move in our next topic, wavelength. Wavelength, its definition is the distance between two neighboring crest. Sometimes we write this crest, only crest. Okay, crest and or through of the wave. It's represented by lambda and its unit is angstrom or nanometers and meters. Okay, again we read this definition. Wavelength, the distance between two neighboring crest or throat of the wave. It's represented by lambda. Okay, first we understood what do you mean by crest and throat. So we know about the electromagnetic radiations. Suppose this radiation crest, it means again we move. Okay, upper part of radiation is called crest. It's also crest. And lower part of radiation is called throat. Like that, head and tail. This is also called head. Is called tail. In our general language, sorry, through THOUGHS. So clear. So the distance between two nearest crest, it means here this distance is called lambda. It means wavelength. Again, or this distance is called wavelength. Okay, I think you understand better. Distance between two nearest crest, distance between two nearest throat is called wavelength and it's denoted by lambda. Its unit is angstrom, nanometers and meter. Some conversion are there because meter is our SI units. So we use maximum times in meter. So some conversion are there. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to the power minus 10 meter and 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meters. So you please return this conversion we use in our numericals problems. Okay. So wavelength, the distance between two nearest crest or two nearest through are called wavelength. Okay, then we move. Our next definition is frequency. Okay, frequency. Frequency, the number of waves which pass through a particular point in 1 second. Sorry, in 1 second. It's represented by mu. It's called mu, and its unit is cycle per second or hertz. Okay, you also understand second inverse is equal to hertz. Okay, what do you mean by frequency? The number of waves which pass through particular point in 1 second is called frequency. Okay, at particular point how much wavelength is passed in 1 second is called frequency. Suppose I have one point is there, so its wavelength is mu. So how much wavelength pass through this particular point in 1 second, that number of waves is called frequency. Okay, now I understand. Suppose I have two different types of wavelength. First is this, okay, second is this. So which wavelength have more frequency? Okay, right answer is A, because you know here the wavelength is less than, and here wavelength is more comparison to here. So the less number of wavelength is maximum to frequency. It means our frequency mu inversely proportional to lambda. Okay, it's one more formula, or equal to the, we use equal word. Okay, inversely. Next definition is, okay, here the number of waves which pass through a particular point in 1 second, it's represented by nu, and its unit is second inverse or hertz. Then we move in our next definition. Okay, next definition is wave numbers. Okay, wave numbers, the number of wavelength per unit length. The number of wavelength per unit length is called wave numbers. The number of wave length, the number of wavelength per unit length. Per unit length. Okay, per unit length. Okay, clear. Okay, suppose here it is the 1 meter, and we have two types of wavelength. Then here, so it's a particular length, the number of waves is equal to the number of wave numbers. Okay, so here one wavelength, two wavelength, but here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 and one more is 5. So the wave number is, for this radiation is 5, and this here only 2. Okay, I think you understand. The number of wavelength, the number of wavelength per unit length. So its unit is mu. So it's represent by mu bar, and its unit is centimeter inverse or meter inverse. Okay, centimeter inverse or meter inverse. again mu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. Then again we know the value of, okay, one more, mu is equal to mu upon c. Then we move in our next definition, fourth, velocity. Okay, here we use c word. So first understood about the velocity, the distance traveled by, the distance traveled by a wave in 1 second is called velocity of the waves. Clear? Velocity, the distance traveled by a wave in 1 second is called velocity. It is denoted by V for wavelength, and for light, sunlight, is by C. Again we know about the velocity of light is 3.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter second inverse. Okay, again like that here we mentioned already about C. So C is a light, sunlight, velocity of sunlight. Then last definition is amplitude. Again it is the height of a crest or depth of a through of wave. It is denoted by A. Okay, so again it is the height of a crest or depth of a through of wave. Okay, it's denoted by A. Again we understood about it. Suppose it is our any radiation. So the height of crest, this is crest. Okay, so height is, so this height is called amplitude A. Again the depth of through, so this distance is called A, it means amplitude. Okay, some definitions like that we mentioned already here about that: wavelength, lambda, frequency, mu, then wave number, v bar, or sorry, mu bar, velocity, then amplitude A. Okay, all the definition is helpful for the understanding of electromagnetic radiation. Again we have some example on the basis of this definitions, all this definition, not only this definition. We already know about all the parameters of wavelength, velocity, etc. We have some example from our NCERT book. Problem 2.3. Okay, you read about the problem 2.3. You have, I think, book, so you read it. Some values are given in this Vivid Bharati, like that question are present. So at that questions, mu is given 1368 kilohertz. Okay, then he told about lambda, how much lambda of this frequency. Okay, so we know about the formula, lambda is equal to C upon mu. So the value of C is 3.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter second inverse. Okay, then again we know about the mu is present in kilo, but here the unit is meter. So we calculate the kilometer hertz. What is given? Kilohertz. We convert into in second inverse. So how much? Kilo, it means 1368. Sorry, mu is equal to 1368. Kilo means 10 to the power 3 hertz. Again we know that hertz is equal to the second inverse. We put here second inverse. Now we put the value of C 3.0 into 10 to the power 8 meter second inverse upon mu 1368 into 10 to the power 3 second inverse. Second inverse to second inverse cancel. The unit of wavelength is m. So after the calculation of this data, we know about the value of 219.3 meter, and this characteristic is radio waves. It's called radio waves. So you understand about this problem, you read in your NCERT books. Some more example are there. Problem 2.4, 2.5. You also solve all the problems. Only he give in our numericals lambda values, and we asked about the frequency. Okay, so you put this formula and some more formulas are there. Maximum times we use only this formula. Okay, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. We'll meet in our next video for further. Thank you.